welcome back to Marvelocity XO. I'm in a fantastic mood today, let me tell you. So I do apologize that last Saturday I didn't upload anything. I'm really trying hard to be consistent. However, your girl needed like a mental health day, okay? I needed some time for myself. Yeah, but I'm in a fantastic mood today. I did not realize that Miley Cyrus's album Plastic Hearts was such a bop. Holy cow. Every song, it reminds me of like the fun 80s rock music. Like every song was just like fun. Like I was just like, So yes, it was a whole vibe, and I've just been in a really great mood. So go ahead and subscribe and like and share and cue intro. Okay, so since we have all that out of the way, hello, this is gonna be another get ready with me. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but it is officially pumpkin spice season. Also, this shirt, it says knock 'em dead, and it is from Girl Scout. I will link her below. She is so precious. Let me just show you, like, it's just, she has like a small business, and I love supporting small businesses because, like, one, girl power. Two, like that is something that they like birthed. Do you know what I mean? It's a big deal. But look how cute, isn't she? This is her. She's so flippin' cute. I love her so much. I don't personally know her, but I just love her already. This shirt is super, super soft. It's like a vintage, like rustic, I guess mustard amber shade. I don't know, but I love it. It's my thing. And these are actually, it's supposed to be like pumpkin color, but like the crazy thing is in each different like lighting it changes colors. Like right now, because I have like the lights on, it looks more like a reddish color, but really it's like a pumpkin color. I'm here for it though. So because it's officially pumpkin spice, Dunkin Donuts has released their pumpkin spice drinks, and Emily and I decided to get it was like on Friday we hung out and we got pumpkin spice lattes, ice lattes, and bruh, so good. And they have the pumpkin spice munchkin donuts, and they were so good that on Sunday Chris and I got some more of the munchkin donuts, and then I got the ice latte, and then I think he got like the signature frozen pumpkin spice or something like that, or maybe it wasn't pumpkin spice at all. I don't know. I would ask him, but he's not in the room right now. But anyways, so I want to do like a pumpkin spice inspired. I'm super like giggly, and I'm like, the stuff that I have to talk about is not super giggly. So I guess I'm gonna have to simmer down. Okay, let me show you guys. I'm using all the same products, except I don't want to have to go digging for my primer. So I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna use the Morphe Luminous setting spray as my primer today because I don't feel like finding my primer. It's like put up, I have all my makeup put up, like it's a thing. And we're just gonna see. So I'm using the Limoncello Color Pop palette. And like I said, I want to do pumpkin themed everything today. So I'm gonna be using this shade here. What is this? Lemon Squeezy. I'm also gonna be using this shade here, this shade, and this shade. And then I'm gonna be using this shade because like that's true orange, and then this for like maybe an inner corner. I don't really think I want to like do a complete like glow up glisten shimmer look. I think I might just put that like in my inner corner or like maybe my brow bone. Which, speaking of, I have a new little pimple here. I think it's an ingrown hair because it's right here. I need to get my brows done. They're tattooed on, but I still need to get them waxed. Oh my gosh, why is this so far away? So let's just go ahead and dive on in. So let's go ahead and just do I look dewy yet? What I want to talk about is I want to talk about the fact so I can't have nice things. So there was just a blue moon. and everyone I've spoken to last week had a very like trying and emotionally draining week. And I myself, that's why I needed a mental health day, and I just didn't film, because I literally laid in bed and just kind of like gathered my thoughts, because your girl was struggling, okay? I was struggling. Again, I needed a mental health day, and I was like, I don't want to film because I'm not feeling it. Sometimes I feel like when you get that way, or you need a mental health day, like you don't feel like filming. And because like filming is my like creative outlet, it's fun for me, it's a good time, you know? And so like I just really didn't feel like dealing, to be honest. I just kind of wanted to lay in bed and just lay in bed. There's nothing more I can say about that. I'm using the P. Louise base, you guys already know, Rumor Zero. So with all that being said, I needed some time to just reflect, you know, on life and all of the fun things. Well, one of the things that I have noticed, and my mother-in-law Marie also mentioned this too, and she has a podcast, it's called Chapter 3 verse 50. It's amazing, and I'll link that down below as well. She's also on Instagram. But one of the main things that we've both noticed is that you can really pick up on vibes and energy. And I'm sorry to tell you, but they just don't lie. Energies and vibes do not lie. And I know I kind of touched on trusting your gut and all of that, but I kind of just want to expand on that, because I just feel like recently in my life, I've noticed that people that I thought would be in my life forever are not currently in my life anymore, and that was really hard and sad and blah blah blah. I got over it, but I also noticed that there were more people on their way out that I wasn't really expecting. Like I was like, oh, you too? Oh, okay, cool, have fun in life. I mean, you know, like I wish you luck. It's just I just wasn't really expecting it, and I wanted to talk about it because I want you guys to know that it's okay. It is okay if there is a shift in your life, and some people cannot be part of that. It's not their journey, it's yours. And I think sometimes people are just lessons, or they were meant for a few chapters, or maybe even one chapter in your story, and that's it. And the more you try to like fight against that, or try to, you know, oh, well, I'm gonna turn the other cheek, I'm gonna look the other way and we'll be fine and blah blah blah, the more damage you're doing, because they're hindering your next level of growth. And I want to come up here and talk about that because it's something that I feel like that's really what I've been hearing this past year. Ever since like COVID started, I touched on this briefly about how I felt like I really needed to work on myself. And that was scary because I didn't realize I had so much anger built up and so much residual just yuck still kind of like floating around in my body. And this year and last year, I really allowed myself to feel all of those uncomfortable feelings and to see like, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? And really kind of just touch on that and figure out like what in the world, what's going on. And I'm proud of myself for doing that. But with that being said, it definitely is one of those things where you're almost like shocked that like people are still leaving. Like you're just like, tag on, am I gonna have anybody left? And the answer is yes, you'll have people left. I think it's just crazy when like key people in your life you thought were gonna be there forever just kind of dip out, and you're like, wow. But I'm using that to segue into, it's also not about you. There are some things that people just cannot be on the same path with you. Sometimes they have to make their own choices and they have to go their own way, and there's no bad blood or anything like that. It's just like, it's sad, like realizing like, oh dang, I thought, you know, we'd make it to the long run. But I appreciate everything that you brought to the table, every lesson, every memory. I cherish all of that, but you know, it's time for you to go ahead and get on out. And the reason I said it's not about you is because sometimes people can be going through something and you don't even know, like you don't even know what's going on. But I do have to say, if you see something or hear something, you need to say something. I know that's so cliche to say, but I'm so serious. We sometimes can be, speaking for me specifically, my own experiences, I am really great at picking up on vibes and energy, and like if people change or they talk to me differently or there's like something going on. But sometimes I stand in my own way and I get like almost nervous to say anything to them, like, oh, what if I'm being crazy, or what if I'm projecting on them? Like I don't think I should say anything. And recently that happened to me, and thankfully it wasn't a severe situation, like the person was of sound mind. But it got me thinking today, like, dag, what if they weren't? What if something serious did happen, and because I was worried about myself seeming like weird, or maybe I'm you know, projecting my own stuff onto them, something could have happened. And again, nothing did happen, but I just wanted to come up here and say, like, trust your gut. If you know your friends, you know your family, you know your people, and if something just seems a little off, go ahead and ask them, like, hey, not in an attacking way, this is all coming from a place of love, but what is going on? Like, you just don't seem like yourself. Because I guarantee you, you're on to something. Also, I just put this color, Tuscan Fun, all over my lid. And now I'm gonna go in with Lemon Squeezy. So, that's the end of the video. I'm just kidding. It's not the end of the video. But I just wanted to come up here and say that because I feel like it's something that can easily be overlooked. Because we've got so much going on in our own lives, that it's easy to think like, oh, I'm reading into this, or I'm being crazy, you know. I think as women too, specifically, I'm a woman, so this is why I can speak for, you know, us, I guess. I don't know. I know that a lot of times we get labeled like crazy or being dramatic or emotional or like reading into things, and I'm just like, oh Lord have mercy. So I know it's off-putting sometimes to like ask one of your friends or one of your family members like, hey, you doing good? Is everything okay? But I really encourage you to do it, because I guarantee you that person needs it. So I just wanted to come up here and encourage you on that. But back to like energy, man. Woo, buddy. It's so crazy how you can feel someone's energy and like their tone through a text message, which is so bizarre, because sometimes like Chris and I will start getting real deep and talk about like, man, I wonder what people in the 1800s would do. Like if they could like fast forward to the year 2021 and see that there's still this insane pandemic going on, and we all have like computers in our pockets, which is like our smartphones, and if you have a question, you just type that bad boy in to Google and there's your answer. Like, I bet they would be shook. Uber, cars, all of that. They'd probably be like, what in tarnation is this black magic? Like, what is going on? You guys are like driving and or picking people up that you don't even know. Like, what are we doing? What is this? So it always makes me laugh, because I'm like, I'm sure they would be shook. They'd be like, what in the world? What are you crazy people doing? What are you crazy people doing? And then how like, if you like somebody, you can just like on Tinder or Bumble or whatever, you can just swipe on them It always makes me think about like back when they'd send a letter by like pigeon or whatever, like the medieval days. Like, what? They would probably be like, what in the world? The devil is upon us. But then, because y'all know how my brain works, I always go deeper and deeper and deeper. I was actually talking to Chris today about like the Salem witch trials. And I actually was talking to Chris and Marie about this on Sunday. The Salem witch trials and just witches in general, like back in the day, right? Because now like being a witch is cool and fun, like you get witch photo shoots and all that stuff, you know what I mean? But back then, like if you were accused of being a witch, and I thought about like, it's crazy to me that a group of people that called themselves Christians and like religious or close to God actually condemned people to death because they assumed they were dealing in witchcraft or what have you. And my thing is, what if they were? Were they hurting you? No, they weren't. They were minding their business in the woods. Dang. But to them, it was, most of the time it was because the woman turned the man down or, you know, didn't want to start having relations. And the man was like, she's a witch. Or they would get caught and she's a witch, you know. But we like learned about that, what the Scarlet Letter and the Crucible, all of that. It's stories that make you kind of, I remember in school, like I didn't really think much of it, but as an adult, like I'll be 30 next year. And it made me think like, it's crazy how people will put that much on the line, like someone else's life, all because they said no to you or all because of what? Like, it's so bizarre to me that there was a group of people who were just like, they're gonna die. Like, that's just what it is. They're going to die. And it makes me sad. I'm gonna go ahead and use this color and then that color. Oh, and this color too. I'll probably use this color first, actually. It makes me sad because it makes me think about where we're at in the world now. Obviously, we could be doing much better. But, you know, strides have changed. But it made me think about, like, all of the lives that were just taken because of what? Like, somebody was different from you, and that still goes on, like, in the community. I'm still seeing this happen, and it is just so gut-wrenching to me. Like, specifically when I say the community, I'm talking about the LGBTQ plus. I think I said that right. I'm bisexual, so I'm in that community. I just don't know. I'm pretty sure it's LGBT. Is it LGBTQ plus? Yeah, okay, so Chris shook his head, yes. Oh yeah, I don't know if I said that on my channel. I'm bisexual and married. Hello, how are ya? That's a whole different video, but people just won't let other people live. I'm like, what? Are you paying their bills? And even if you were, like, what is the problem? It's so crazy to me how some people can say, like, oh, we speak of love and, you know, we love everyone, but it stops there. Like, what? That's so bizarre. It's so bizarre to me. And I can't tell you, when I came out as bisexual, now I said it was for another video, now we're going to talk about it. When I came out as bisexual, I think it was like 2016 or 2017. I know Chris and I had been married for already like a year. And I remember I was so nervous telling him, even though Chris is literally the most easiest human being to talk to. I was scared because I didn't want him to look at me differently or think like I was gonna leave him for a woman or anything like that. And I remember having the conversation play out in my head multiple times, and I was so nervous and just like, oh. And then I remember when I told my like friends and family, and some of my friends were like, oh, haha, yeah, we figured, or something like that. But when I told some of my family members, oh boy, that was a whole thing. And it was definitely interesting because, so I come from a Christian background, like my parents and basically I think the entire family, if we're being honest, is Christian. And I definitely was not thinking I was gonna swing this way, like in this conversation. I didn't think we were gonna go into this, but it kind of just happened and here we are. But basically, for the past few years, I've kind of been questioning my beliefs and my faith. Just because, especially when I came out as bisexual, you know, I was like, dang, am I like damned to hell now because of the fact that I can appreciate a woman's beauty and all of that. And there's so many like different people who are like, oh, well, if you're not with a woman, that's not a sin, and blah, blah, and whatever. But my thing is, one, I still don't understand how that's anybody's effing business. And two, just shut up, dude. Like, shut up. But three, finally, I've been kind of trying to figure out what exactly I believe in and all of that good stuff. And today, I kind of just had an epiphany. And the reason I brought up the witches was because I was also listening to a podcast called Man Enough. It is an incredible podcast. Justin Baldoni is the host. If you don't know who that is, he played Raphael in Jane the Virgin, which is a phenomenal show. I flippin' love that show. And he's amazing. He's an amazing human being. And he had, I don't want to give it away, but he had like a guest, and this guest made me cry. The way they explained their side of the story, what it's like being them in the community, and just wanting to be safe and okay, and how there's a freedom in the community. And that's why a lot of people don't like the LGBTQ plus community, because it's a freedom that they've never seen before, because everyone's free to love whoever they want, and everyone's original. Like, some people are non-binary. Like, there's so many different types of people. And it was really powerful to me, and it really spoke to me, and it made me realize that I think the answer that I've been looking for is that I am very free, and I'm free in my sexuality, and I'm free in who I am as a person. And I think for the longest time, I've been really scared to say that, because so many people that I know have this idea of who I am. Like, let's cut to the chase. No one really knows you except you, because you show everyone a side of you, but I don't really think anyone really knows the real you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you could say something to somebody, but in your head, you're thinking something totally different. Like, no one really knows the real you except you. So if you do choose to show someone the real you, it's so scary, because you just don't know, are they even going to accept that from you? And I think for the past few years, I've been pretty timid on that because of my background and how I grew up. I was really nervous to ever really kind of question my religion or question my faith. But I just want to encourage you that life is entirely too short to sit there and sell yourself short, or to hide who you are, to cover up who you are and put on this new face for somebody else. And it's so scary to like say that out loud. Like, I'm right there with you. It's really scary because you don't know how people or friends or family are gonna look at you, and you know, it's just a scary thing. But I'm here to tell you that I am literally right there with you. But sometimes you really have to just take the plunge and be like, you know what? I'm tired of being this version that you see me as. And it was crazy when I went to the ER. I went to the ER a week ago. Surprise! I went to the ER a week ago because I was having like some crazy pains. And come to find out, I'm fine. I'm just not gonna tell y'all what was going on. I'm fine. I just have to like adjust my diet. Chris is like basically like forcing me to eat vegetables and stuff. But I'm gonna do it or whatever. But basically when I went to the hospital, as I was like leaving, I was waiting on my paperwork. They, you know, were about to take the payment and ask you a bazillion questions. You feel like you're about to buy a daggone house with all the questions they ask you. But anyways, she asked me like what my religion was, and it was the first time I sat there and had a blank face, and I was like, I don't have one. What? That's how I felt. It was crazy. And she just looked at me and smiled and was like, and that's okay. And it was the first time I ever said that out loud. It was crazy. It was so crazy. It was the first time I ever said that out loud. And I came home and I told Chris, because Chris, if anybody knows me, it's my husband, for sure. We have very deep talks, very just bizarre talks. We talk about religion, we talk about politics, we talk about it all. But we both actually grew up like this, not the same, but like with the same background. That's how we've known each other since we were 8. We went to the same church and everything. So we've had a lot of talks about religion and, you know, trying to figure out exactly what we believe in and all of that. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that there is some type of higher power. I don't believe that we're just here just for the hell of it. But I also believe in reincarnation, heavy. Like when I meet people and I'm like, holy cow, I feel like I've known you my whole life. I believe it's because I have, actually, just in a different life. And again, going back to what I was talking about the witches and freedom and how people don't like that, I really believe that a lot of people rely heavily on thinking there's a heaven and a hell because, excuse me, they need to believe this life can't just be it. Like, we can't just be here. This life can't be the end. I think, you know, it's been rough for me, but there's the pearly gates are calling me and I'm gonna have all this gold when I get to heaven, and there's gonna be streets of gold and blah, blah. And if you need to believe that, that's fantastic. I support you. Believe that. But as far as me, I don't believe that. I believe that people need to have some type of control and feel like they need a purpose because they've gone through a lot of trauma in life and they need to feel something. So they're like, yeah, there's a heaven. I'm doing this for Jesus, or I'm doing this for whoever. And I think, again, I'm never going to be the one to judge. I think that's your journey. It's not my journey. And it was my journey for a very long time. But it's not anymore. And I can finally say, it feels so good getting that off my chest. You don't even know. Because I just been struggling for such a long time trying to figure out, like, what exactly do I tell people? Like, what do I believe in? And at the end of the day, I believe that you should be a really good person. You never know what someone's going through behind closed doors. But I also believe that be free to yourself. Like who you want to like, have sex with who you want to have sex with. Do you? Like, do whatever you want. Okay, let me put some boundaries on that sex part. I'm not going to dive into that, but like, make sure it is they are giving you their consent. Don't be acting a damn fool, okay? Don't say like, oh, Marvelous, you told me. No, there are boundaries. Anyways, that is, I didn't know we were going there, but we went there, and I'm really happy we did, because it's something that I've just had on my heart for a while, and I've just kind of been too scared to say anything because I just didn't want people to... I think at the end of the day, we just all don't want people to look at us in a different light. Like, I'm used to you being this type of person. Why have you changed? Or blah, blah, blah. But honestly, like... And I also think asking questions, it's crazy. Chris and I used to fight all the time argue. Fight sounds so violent. We used to argue all the time about, like, if I would say something to Chris, he would always ask, like, why, or, like, he would ask a question, and I was like, why are you always, like, asking me stuff, bro? It's because I said so. Like, I'm a freaking mom, you know? And I started to realize it was because growing up, when I did have questions about the Bible, that's how I was treated. It was always like, well, you don't ask that. And I really hope I'm not offending anybody by this. I'm just speaking my truth, okay? I'm just speaking my truth. But that was always how it was. Like, you don't ask questions, you just trust God or what have you. And again, if that works for you, that's fantastic. But that just doesn't work for me anymore. I have questions. And I just have questions. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to get into. I just wanted to kind of talk about that because I feel like it's something that's been really heavy on my heart, and I didn't know how to segue into that, and then I just did it, and I'm very impressed with myself. I am pretty impressed, if I do say so myself. But I hope you guys continue to ask those questions, like continue to really wonder, like, what about this and what about that? This isn't adding up. Yeah, go find out why, or ask somebody who knows. I think there is nothing wrong with asking more questions, because somebody's gonna know the answer. And if they don't, hey, maybe that is something that you'll figure out one day. But don't just go along blindly to something. Don't do it. Don't do it. But again, that's why I believe that the Salem witch trials and anyone who gets freaked out by a witch, you know, it's because, one, they don't understand it. A lot of this stuff is caused by fear. Instead of people just asking, like, hey, what are you doing? They just accuse them, like, I saw them talking to the devil. What the devil look like? Ain't nobody been able to tell me what the devil looks like. Like, can't nobody tell me. Can't nobody tell me. And I've read some crazy things. When I was a kid, y'all, I used to read these, like, spiritual warfare books all the time. I read this, oh my God. This is literally a whole nother video. But I read this book called A Divine Revelation of Hell, where this woman, I should probably put some like trigger warnings up here or something. I'll put some warnings up here because I don't know how deep some of y'all are ready to go. Okay, because I'm diving all the way into the deep end. Can't even swim and we going. But I read this book called A Divine Revelation of Hell, and it was basically about this woman who swears she like saw Jesus and he like took her to hell and wanted her to write a book about it, and it was very gruesome. Mind you, I was like 11 reading this. I was my bad. It was between 10 and 12 years old, and I was reading this book, and it was super, super heavy, like, and it was a thick book, and I would sit there and soak all that up. Like, what was I doing? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. But I loved it. I was so about it, and now everybody wonders why I love horror movies so much. It's because at like age 10 through 12, I was reading like demon books just for fun, you know? So yeah. And like watching movies, like, what was that one movie? It was like M1038 or something where this girl went to hell. There's so many like things I've read about hell and demons and all of that. Like, you don't even know. So it's no wonder that like horror movies are my favorite, because honestly, like, yeah, horror movies can freak me out a little bit, but nothing will freak me out more than those daggone demon hell books. Like, those things are terrifying. But again, back to what I believe in. I just think it's something that was made for people to not be their true selves and to be controlled. I highly believe it was to control other people. Like, we're animals ultimately, and sex is a natural thing, and I think a lot of people wanted to control that. So, you know, I don't have no proof for all this, I guess. I'm just talking, but America, So I feel like I'm really looking like a pumpkin now. Just saying. I feel like this is definitely giving me like pumpkin vibes and I'm here for it. But speaking of, so like I said, the pumpkin spice of Dunkin' Donuts, delicious. And now, I think starting now or Friday, I can't remember, you can get, your pumpkin spice from Starbucks. Yay, 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 yay. I'm about it. I am about it. I don't know why I love pumpkin spice so much, but I do. Okay. I'm gonna do my lashes and my liner and probably my foundation, and then I'll come back and do my blush. Okay, so I did my brows. I put some lashes on. I still have like this lash lift going on. And it's making things really hard to put lashes on, like, cause they're like, my real lashes are like curled and like lifted, so it's really hard to like get the actual lash to like look right. Anyways, we're just gonna go with it. Anyways, I really like this orange and black. I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it. Anyways, I think I said anyways about 5 times. But I don't remember where I left off, but so I've been like jamming out to Miley Cyrus's album, right? And I was just like, dang, you know, I've never been to a rock concert and I want to go. Like, dang, I've been having so much fun listening to her album. And it's not even one from this year, it's one from last year, but it's my jam. The one that I really like, if y'all are interested, I really like this song, Give Me What I Want and Night Crawling. I don't know if it's Night Crawling or Nightcrawler. Either one. It's about with Billy Idol. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use the Morphe Trendsetter and the Beauty Bakery Picnic on Peachtree because it's this bright ass orange. Oh, it matches my nails. Again, my nails are a deeper orange, but for whatever reason, it's coming up like this reddish color on the screen, and I'm just going with that. Whatever. There was this quote I read. I don't have to find it, but it said the demons aren't in hell, or the devils aren't in hell, they're all here on earth. Ciao. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. I feel like the devil and hell and all of that was just made up to scare Hiiiiii. I could be wrong, but I don't really think I am. I kind of think it was just made up to scare the shit out of people. Oh. Bitch! I'm feeling this. My little ombre pumpkin. Ombre pumpkin look over here. Oh yeah. I like this. You know, I was always nervous using this color because it was so like bold, like this neon orange color, but I like this. As an ombre effect. I don't like it by itself. Okay, so there's that. I'm debating if I want to add some gloss. Maybe. Let me use the Fenty Glow. What is this? Gloss Bomb. I love how Fenty Beauty does those. Let's add a little pizzazz. I was all about my gloss kick in like high school, and now like as an adult I'm normally doing mattes, but now I'm like back on my gloss kick. There's something about a gloss that's just so pretty to me. So cute. Okay, we're gonna do some blush, but just a little sign. We're gonna use this one from the palette I made. Oh, excuse me, gross. But anyways, in conclusion to my little Story time. Love is love. Let people love who the hell they want to love. And mind your damn business. That's all I gotta say. Mind your business. Y'all, I'm also super excited. So I see my esthetician next month in September. I think like the middle of September or something like that. I see her. And I'm gonna get like my normal like acne facial. But then in October, she has a vampire facial. Y'all, I'm so stoked for that. And she's gonna do dermaplane on my skin. If y'all don't know what that is, it's like this razor. It looks like this. It's like this little razor. I guess everyone's looks a little different. And it basically removes like peach fuzz and any hair on the face to reveal like more, not like clean, but more like of a glow to your skin. Cause like if you think about it, all the hair on your face, it like hides the actual like complexion. You get what I'm saying? Not all the way, obviously, but you know what I mean. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. So it like reveals a more supple, glowing appearance, and I'm so excited because I can get it because I don't have any active breakouts. So if you're new, I have, and well, not anymore, I had inflamed acne, and basically I had to be really careful like when I washed my face and stuff because like the bacteria could spread super easily, and like my skin was raised. It was this whole thing. Like, yeah, I still have like a few little pimples here and there, but it's nothing like what I had. If you've been following me for a while, you know what I had. Woo, buddy, that was not a fun time for me. Okay, not a fun time, and it was painful. So I'm very thankful that with my esthetician's help and like going to school and like using face reality products, it's really calmed down like a lot. Like even when applying makeup, I don't have like bumps or like texture like I used to, so that's super nice. But yeah, I get to do that and I'm so excited because like I can see all of the hair on my face and I'm like, no one invited you here. For the vampire facial because it's super cool and we're gonna listen to spooky music while she does my facial, and like there's a collagen mask and it's gonna be so dope and it's red and it's pretty and I love it. And then she's gonna do LED light to my skin, which I get LED light every time I go, but I'm stoked for this time because it's a vampire one. And like I said, I can't wait to have this hair removed off my face to reveal like a glowing, supple complexion. All right, so as you can see, I like put blush on, but I kind of like kept blending it because I didn't really want a lot, you know. I just don't want a lot going on. Orange shimmer shade I showed you guys in the beginning. I just wanted, I'm not gonna do it on my cheeks, I just want to do it like my inner corner here. And I feel like I need it everywhere. Oh man, who am I fooling? I just love sparkling. Why does this glitter remind me of like stars? And then my brain went into like Starry Night or like, and then I started thinking of Holy Night. Holy Sky. How am I doing a daggone like a whole pumpkin look and my brain is going to Christmas? Somebody help. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. This is just a snippet of what Chris has to deal with on a daily. Have y'all seen those TikToks that's like what you thought you were getting when you dated me compared to what you got? Surprise! Alrighty, that's it. That's all. I hope you guys liked this. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed talking with you all. It's It's been a fun time. It's probably a long video. I've been doing that lately. Hope you like it. Also, can I just do a little shout out to this headband? It's from Target, and I like the color. It's giving me all of the Halloween vibes because like a deep purple with this dope shirt. And then this is what my hair looks like when I take it out of those little Dutch braids. I'm gonna put them immediately back in after I take some pictures. But hope you guys like it. I hope you guys had a fun time with me talking about witches and religion and sexuality and all of that fun stuff. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I think I changed the lighting again. Let's see. Let's look at the difference. I know I like doing this to y'all. Whoa. There we go. Oh Lord, baby Jesus. That was scary. Thank you guys for choosing to watch this video with all of my craziness and all, and also choosing to be on planet Earth with me and choosing life. Remember, your voice matters, your soul matters. You being here matters, and I'm very thankful to have you. And also remember to stay safe, stay sane, and be well. Don't forget, starting Saturday, September 4th is my new series called I'm Vexed, and I'm really excited to do that. I think it's perfect going into like the fall season and the Halloween season. I think I'm just gonna have I'm Vexed on my channel forever because it's just like this whole idea that I've had ever really since school, and I'm really excited to show you guys. And again, it's really not for like the faint of heart or squeamish people because it's gonna be pretty graphic. All right, I love you guys. Bye.